Hi, MP Mark Warawa with another exciting MP Minute, and I'm with Marlee St. Pierre. She is one of the 2015 Environmental Heroes here in Langley, and she does a lot of work for the environment. She's with the Yorkson Creek Society and also with James Kennedy Elementary School, and you teach children how to protect the environment. So, Marlee, could you tell us a little bit of the different projects that you're working on protecting the environment?
Sure. Well, my fellow volunteers with the Yorkson Watershed Enhancement Society, we were noticing in our cleanups of the creek a lot of these single-use plastic baggies that people use, and then they throw them away. They end up, the wind brings them to the creek, and they end up in our waterways and even in our oceans, where they become a problem for wildlife. So I thought, what can we do as a teacher to reduce the use of Ziploc bags? And we've been making these bags out of t-shirts for adults. We give them away at environmental fairs and community events, and they're made out of an old t-shirt. And so what you do is you cut off the sleeve and sew or knot the bottom and cut the neckline. It becomes a great bag for groceries. But we had the sleeves that were left over, and they're just the perfect size to make into a little bag for school children to use as snack bags. So we have 630 some students at James Kennedy. It's the largest elementary school in the district, and that's a lot of students, but we wanted to take on the project of providing a reusable bag for every student. So I taught grade 3-4 last year, and I thought the students could get involved. And you know, if you teach them something, you tell them about it, they probably will forget it. If you show them something, they may remember it, but if you involve them, they'll understand it and they'll remember it forever. So that's kind of my motto when I teach, and the students were really excited to become involved in this project. So the way we made it was a bit of a collaboration between the volunteers from the Yorkson Watershed Stewardship Society and my students. We cut off the sleeves. The volunteers, the adults, sewed the bottom across, and then we used the hem of the sleeve as a little pocket. We cut off a strip from the bottom of a t-shirt and put a safety pin on the end. And when you pull it, it becomes a narrow cord. So the students were able to work on their fine motor skills, their concentration and their focus and their patience by threading the cord all the way through the hem and turning it into a little drawstring and knotting it. And then they attached a tag that explained the project. And once we had enough, they couldn't believe that we would be able to make enough, but after about 2 months, and some students got so into it, they made about 40 each. We made sets for each class, and the students delivered them in teams of 2 and taught their fellow students what the project was about and how using this would help the creek. So it was something that they were really proud of, and I'm really happy that we were able to complete it.
So, Marlee, you're promoting a litterless lunch, and
Yes.
it looks like this is a very effective way and a fun way to do it, to recycle clothing. And how successful have you been in reducing the amount of litter around the schoolyard?
It's great. Yeah, definitely. The students are excited to use them, not only for their snacks, but for fundraising money they might be bringing into school, or their field trip money and notices, little toys for the younger students in the class. So yeah, there's a lot of uses and a lot of ways to use an old t-shirt and repurpose it, because recycling is only the first level of the 3 R's. We really need to focus on the reducing and the reusing to make a big difference.
Yes, and if you're reducing, rather than people bringing, as you say, plastic bags or paper bags for lunch, which gets thrown in the garbage, they can use an old t-shirt and greatly reduce the amount of litter.
For sure.
Well, Marlee St. Pierre, thank you so much for what you have done and in creating that desire within our children to reuse and recycle and protect the environment. And we are also in the Yorkson Creek area and tributary, and what you've done to protect the environment and keeping our streams clean for this generation, but for generations to come. So you make a great example, and clearly an environmental hero here in Langley. So thank you for everything you've done.
Well, thank you, Mark. And if anyone would ever like to come out and join us, our group, you can find us on Facebook, the WYES Society on Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you.